Good morning, Ms. Rachel RQ. I am Ikea Garcia and I'm from Section 1C. So, here's my research about cultural blunders. In the mid-2000s, Swedish furniture company Ikea released a children's workbench called Fartful in English markets. In Swedish, fartful means speedy or full of speed. However, in English, the word is broken down into fart and full, with fart is referring to intestinal gas. Which cultures were involved? The main culture involved were the Swedish product development team and the English-speaking customers in countries like US and UK. What made it blunders? The blunders stem from a failure to perform adequate and cultural screening for international markets. While IKEA has a system for naming products, which are typical Swedish word plays or personal names. A simple word-for-word translations without cultural check can lead into unintended and negative interpretations. The company focused on Swedish naming for the name rather than considering how it would be perceived by a different audience. Which guidelines for multicultural communications or intercultural skills were violated? First, we have lack of cultural sensitivity. The company's communication process failed to account for the cultural context and linguistic nuances for its target markets. Second, ignoring linguistic differences. A key principle for multicultural communications is understanding that direct translation is not enough. Third, we have ineffective marketing adaptation. Successfully global market requires for adapting messages pursued that the local culture. The fartful shows a lack of adaptations, assuming that positive word in Swedish would not cause offense or confusions elsewhere. So, what is the connection to DMIS? The IKEA fartful incident most clearly reflects the minimization. The stage of development model for intercultural sensitivity, IKEA is minimize the cultural differences in language, assuming that the product name that was fine in Sweden would translate equally was for well to English speakers, simply because both are function human experiences. For solutions, we have avoided by localizing linguistic and cultural testing. IKEA should have a standard procedure text. All product names for potential negative or humorous connotations in the language of its target market before launching. For personal reflection as a future professional, I will avoid similar cultural blunders like by adopting an empathetic and flexible mindset. I will approach understanding and the mindset of cultural humility by prioritizing understanding and adapting rather than imposing my own cultural norms. I will be prepared for adjust my communication strategy based on feedback and context. That's all, and thank you.